Hi there, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little frame that's made with chipboard coasters. This particular one is made with products that retired in June from Stampin' Up, so I'm going to make a Christmas one using products from the upcoming holiday catalog. So let's get started. The chipboard coasters, these are 4x4. You can get them on Amazon. That is not where I got these, but I've had them for years and years, so I can't remember where they came from. I think this coaster would be considered medium weight. It's less than 1/8 of an inch thick, but it's pretty sturdy. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to sponge the edges of this coaster. I've already done one side and I've already done the other coaster. So I'm using Old Olive ink and sponging the edges of this. And then I'm going to add this beautiful designer series paper that has deer on it to one side. Usually I add glue to paper, but in this instance it works better to add the glue to the coaster to get the right amount of coverage. Put that on there. And then I'm going to go a couple different ways and make sure that it's lined up properly. Do some burnishing so the glue smooths out. And then I'm going to turn it over and trim the corners. You could use a corner rounder for this, but the corner rounders that I have are not the same curvature of the corners on this chipboard coaster. So I find it easier to use scissors, and then I also trim a little bit wherever necessary. The coaster is 4x4, but apparently I don't always cut properly, so mine don't turn out that way exactly. I'm then going to also sponge, after the designer paper is on there, I'm going to sponge the edges again. I feel like sponging the edges adds a nice finished look to it. So there is that part. The next thing that I'm going to do is create a snow globe to put on the front of this coaster. In this holiday catalog, Stampin' Up! Has these snow globes, and there's a stamp and die set that goes with it. This beautiful deer is part of it. The paper that I'm using is from the Most Wonderful Time product medley in the catalog. This medley has stamps, dies, designer paper, sticker sheets, gold foil card fronts, some cute little stars, and then it also has this fun, I don't know what you would call this, it's like a tinsel ribbon thing that's really pretty and fun. I haven't figured out yet how I'm going to put it on the frame, but it's going to go on the frame. So I've already die cut the little deer out of gold foil cardstock. And I've cut this piece of paper that is pretty trees that have gold on them, and on the back side you can see it's got candy canes. We're not going to see the back side in anything we do. I'm going to add some snowflake sequins to the snow globe. I'm not going to put very many in there. It doesn't take very many, and if you put too much then it kind of obscures your focal point. So I think, and I have not made this one before, so I'm hoping that's the right amount. Just something to add a little interest to the globe, since it is made for doing shakers. I am then going to peel the backing off of this paper. It's not paper. I'm going to peel the backing off of the globe, and as you can see I just made a huge mess, but I'm going to leave that for later. And then this has sticky on it. I'm going to attach this deer to it. I'm trying to get it straight because I don't want my trees to be crooked. So I'm lining this up, put this on top of it. Hopefully it's straight. I'm gonna make sure the edges are all sealed. And there. Isn't that fun? So much fun. And now I have already cut a 4x4 square of old olive cardstock and then die cut the snow globe piece out of it. And I'm going to attach this to it by taking off the paper again. I like that this has adhesive on both sides. It takes all the guesswork out of trying to figure out how to put the whole thing together. So I'm going to put this down onto here and then kind of burnish around. And you may be wondering why this isn't centered on here. I have hinges that I'm going to put on here, and I don't want them to get in the way, so I put this a little bit to the right so that it's not in the way. Now I'm going to add glue to this other side of this coaster. And attach this to it. Varnishing all around. It is raised a little bit and I want to be sure my glue sticks around the edges. And then I'm going to, like I did before, cut off the corners. And I have a little bit sticking up there. And then I'm going to burnish the edge, or not burnish, I'm going to sponge the edges with the old olive ink. It's a little bit square. Sponging the edges adds a little bit of dimension and takes away from the starkness of something. I go through stages with sponging, where sometimes when I'm making cards I'll sponge everything and then I'll go for months without sponging anything. But this, because I don't want the white coaster to show through, I started with sponging, so I'm carrying it throughout my whole piece. I have also die cut this cool little base for the snow globe, so I'm going to add some glue to it. Not too much, but just some in strategic places so that it'll adhere nicely. And I'm going to stick it underneath this snow globe, snug it up against there. And then it is stuck down nicely. Okay, so we have our front. And we have our back piece. I've already done this piece previously. It has cute star paper on the back and then the deer on the inside. The next thing I'm going to do is to add the hinges. I made these hinges out of the same designer series paper that's on the back, and I'm going to add them to the front of this. And I want the hinges to stick out probably, well, between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. I want them to stick out a little bit. So that there's room for the globe to close. So let's see, put this down here. Not out far enough. Nice thing about the glue is it has wiggle room, so I can keep shifting how I need to. And then on this side, make sure my deer are right side up, well, or upside down, because I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to put glue on these tabs. And I'm going to line all this up on my lines on my grid paper so that I know my front and back are straight. This hinge looks a little bit crooked, but I don't think you'll notice on the finished project. So there is that part. And now we're going to work on the inside. I have already made these frame pieces using the layered squares framelits, and I cut out the largest scalloped square and then the second or third largest straight square, and I've put mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this, and I cut them in half for the sides. I also colored them with the old olive marker on the edges so you don't see the stark white sticking out there. Take all the backs off of here. They stick to everything. I find these little things everywhere in my house. They have static cling and they stick to everything. I want to make sure that the one without the dimensional is at the top so a photo can be slid down inside, and I will center this on here, hopefully center it. And bring in my second one. Add it to this side. And then I have another gold foil deer that I die cut, and I think I'm going to stick him right here, and I'm going to just add him with a little bit of glue on his back side, just right there. So that takes care of that. And I'm almost done with this. It goes really quick. Maybe I should have waited till later to add the deer. I'm afraid he's going to fall off. I also stamped and cut out this little Merry Christmas. I was looking for my itty bitty greeting stamp set to use that Merry Christmas, but it's gone AWOL somewhere and I cannot figure out where it is. This Merry Christmas is from the Christmas Gleaming stamp set that's in the holiday catalog. The snow globe set is called Still Scenes, and then the dies are Snow Globe Scenes dies. Let's see. So I put mini dimensionals on the back of here, and I'm going to add this. Where do I want this? I think I'm going to put it right in the middle of this space. Well, right in the middle would be good if I was actually in the middle, so like that. And then I want to see what I can do with this. I'm not really sure. I tried to tie a bow with it and it did not work. It would not tie. Well, it did tie, but it looked like a big mess. So I think I'm gonna stick this. I may not leave it on there after I'm done. I may not like it, but for now I'm going to add this on here and tie a knot. And then I like the way that stuff curls up, so it doesn't need to be tied in a bow or anything. Don't know if I like it or not. You should let me know in the comments if you liked it better with or without this. I think I am going to make it shorter. It's a little long. That's it. This was a quick and easy project. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to order any of these products, beginning September 4th, you'll be able to order them through my online store. And the links to the products will be in the description below. I think I can add them now. Not positive. You can contact me if you'd like to get a copy of the holiday catalog that is starting next week. And I hope you like this project. Thank you very much. Bye.